All right, let's talk about something that's moving at an absolutely breakneck speed: AI developer tools. It seriously feels like we're watching years of evolution get crammed into a few months. We've gone from basic code completion to some pretty smart assistants. But today we're looking at what might just be the next giant leap. A system that's not trying to be a tool, but a whole autonomous engineering team.
And this quote, man, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? If you're a developer, you know this feeling deep in your bones. That shiny new tool you just got used to is suddenly yesterday's news, completely overshadowed by something way more powerful. The pace is just relentless.
So this is the big question, the one that really sets the stage for Verdent AI. Up until now, our AI tools have been our co-pilots, right? Our assistants. They're sidekicks, helping us, the human, do our job a little better, a little faster. But Verdent is asking a totally different question. What if the AI became the team, and our job shifted to being the architect?
To really get why Verdent is such a big deal, we gotta look at where we are right now. And honestly, you could call it the age of assistants. I mean, tools like GitHub Copilot and Cursor are amazing. They've completely changed the game for a lot of us. But they have a fundamental limit.
This right here lays it out perfectly. Today's assistants, they live on the left side of this screen. They are fantastic at the small stuff, finishing a line of code, refactoring a function in one file. But they need constant hand-holding. They stumble when things get complex. The next step, the problem Verdent is trying to crack, is everything on the right, building out whole features, juggling changes across a bunch of different files, and doing it all autonomously from a high-level plan.
And that's where Verdent steps onto the scene. And listen, they're not trying to be a slightly better copilot. They are positioning this as a whole new category of tool. This isn't just an AI that writes code, it's an AI system designed to engineer and ship software.
And you might be thinking, okay, big promises. Who's actually building this? Well, the team has some serious heavy hitters. We're talking about Zhiji Chen, the former head of algorithms at TikTok, and Xiaochan Liu, the former head of tech and product at Baidu. These are people who know what it means to build things at a massive scale. And their whole reason for starting Verdent was to solve that exact scaling problem where the current generation of AI assistants just falls apart.
This right here is the core philosophy. It's the difference between being a really fast bricklayer and being the architect who also manages the entire construction crew. It's about understanding the whole blueprint, planning the build-out, and then making it happen.
Okay, so the big question is how? How does it actually pull this off? It sounds great, but what's the magic? Well, it's not magic. It's 3 core ideas in their engine that lets it work more like a team. Let's break them down.
First up, and this is a huge one, is this idea of multi-agent orchestration. So when you give Verdent a big task like add Stripe payments to our app, it doesn't just have one AI brain trying to do everything at once. No, it acts like a project manager. It breaks that big task down into smaller chunks and hands them out to specialized AI agents. You'll have one agent on the back-end API, another on the front-end UI, maybe a third one handling the database schema, and they all work at the same time in parallel.
The second piece of the puzzle is their plan-first workflow. And honestly, this is the secret sauce for building trust. Before a single line of code gets written, Verdent creates a detailed engineering plan. It tells you exactly which files it's going to change, what it's going to do, and how it'll test its own work. And here's the kicker. It doesn't do anything until you, the human, review that plan and give it the green light. This just makes the difference so obvious. The traditional AI workflow is kind of like a shot in the dark, right? The AI guesses, it writes some code, and then it's on you to test it and fix it. Verdent completely flips that. It forces this plan and approve step right at the beginning. It's about moving from guesswork to intentional, approved engineering. That's a massive deal for reliability.
Now for the third pillar, which is just really clever. They use a tool developers already know and love, Git. Each one of those AI agents gets its own private, isolated Git worktree. You can think of it like giving every engineer on your team a perfect, clean copy of the entire code base to play in. This way, they can all work on their piece of the puzzle without stepping on each other's toes or breaking the main project. It's a sandbox for each agent, and it's what makes true parallel development possible.
Okay, but let's be real. Anytime you talk about an AI writing code all by itself, the first word that pops into your head is trust, right? How do you know the code is any good? How do you even know what it did? Well, Verdent has systems built specifically to answer those questions.
This is pretty wild. Verdent literally built an AI quality assurance team. So you've got your coder agents doing the work, and then there's this one verifier agent. Its only job is to be the super strict senior developer on the team. It checks the other agent's work, it runs all the tests, it looks for sloppy code, and if it finds anything wrong, it rejects the code. It acts as a quality gate before a human ever has to lay eyes on it.
And they've got the numbers to prove this isn't just a gimmick. On SWE-bench, which by the way is a brutally difficult benchmark designed to test AI on real-world coding problems, Verdent gets a 76.1% pass rate. Now to put that in perspective, this is a benchmark that humbles even the biggest research labs. So that is a very, very strong signal.
Then there's the transparency piece. To solve the "what on earth did this thing just do" problem, they built a feature called DiffLens. It's more than just a code diff. It actually documents the why behind every change. It's like having a patient senior engineer sitting next to you, walking you through their pull requests and explaining their entire thought process. It's all about building that trust.
So when you put all these pieces together, the army of agents, the plan-first workflow, the built-in QA team, you really start to see the bigger picture. This isn't just about making a better tool. It feels like a fundamental change in how a developer is going to interact with AI.
And this slide brings it all home. This is the core shift. The old way, the current way, is the AI as a sidekick. It helps you, the engineer, do your job. The new paradigm that Verdent is pushing for is the AI as the team. It does the engineering for you. And that frees you up to move from being the engineer at the keyboard to being the architect with the vision.
And look, this isn't just some research paper or a cool concept. It's a real product you can get your hands on. It comes in 2 flavors, a full desktop app called Verdent Deck for managing those big, complex agent projects, and a VS Code extension so you can bring all this power right into the editor you already use.
Which leaves us with this massive question, doesn't it? A system like Verdent suggests a future where a developer's most valuable skill isn't just writing perfect code, but high-level thinking, creative problem-solving, and being a brilliant conductor for an orchestra of AI engineers. Whether Verdent is the one that gets us all the way there or not, it seems pretty clear that the era of the AI teammate has begun.